Hello, yeah, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn how to sew this beautiful shirt. It's a combination of two fabrics shirts. We are going to learn how to cut and also join them together to get this beautiful piece. So don't go anywhere. You just stay tuned. And it's a detailed video. Yes, it comprises of anything that you're supposed to know. So stay tuned and enjoy the video. So now these are the measurements that we'll be using for our shirt. We have a chest measurement of 48 inches. We have the back of 21. And we also have the length of 33. And then the sleeves of 10.5. Then we also have the around of 16. So these are the measurements that we'll be using for our shirt. And then let us first deal with the calculations for the shirt in terms of the folding of the fabric. Now this is how it is being done. You divide your chest measurement by 4, which is going to give us 48 divided by 4. So 48 divided by 4 is going to give us uh, 12. It's 12 inches. With the front parts of the shirt, with the 12 inches, we are going to add 2 inches for allowance and also another 2 inches for the placket. That is where we are going to have our button hole and also our button. So plus 4, that is 2 inches allowance and also 2 inches for our placket. That is where we'll be folding, we'll be having our button hole and also our buttons placement. So that is for the chest measurement. This is how the calculation is being done. That is how we are going to fold the fabric. That is how we are going to fold the fabric. For the front part, we are going to fold it 16 inches. That is only for the front. But when it gets to the back, we are going to subtract 2 from it. So this one is for the front part. The back, we are going to subtract 2 from the 16 and fold it 14 inches. So the 14 inches for the back. Why? Because for the back, there's no placket. We are not going to make any placket for any button holes, anything of that sort. It's only for the front. That is why we subtract 16 inches from the 14 inches. So we are done with this part. So now with the back, which is 21, you divide it by 2. So 21 divided by 2 is going to give us 10.21 divided by 2. It's going to give us 10.5. 10.5. Then you add half inch or zero point 0.5 to it. It's going to give us 11. So this is the measurement that we'll be using for the back. This is the measurement that we'll be using for the back. That is 21 inches divided by 2. Then you add half inch or 0.5 seam allowance to it. So now this is the so far the calculations that will be needed in cutting our shirt. With the length, you add either 1.5 or 2 inches to it, depending on the size of the fabric that we are using, and also the sleeves length to 10.5. You add half inch seam allowance to it. Then you also add another inches, maybe 2 inches, 3 inches, 1.5 for the folding of the sleeves depending on the size of your fabric. So now let us transfer this calculation on the fabric and see how we are going to go about it. So now, as I stated earlier on, these are the fabrics that I'll be using. I am combining these two fabrics. This is a linen fabric, and also this is one of the African prints. Yeah. So I'm combining these two fabrics to make a beautiful shirt for one of my bosses. So as we have already done the calculations, we are going to transfer these calculations on the fabric. So now let's get started. I'm going to use this fabric for the front part of our shirt and also the length for the back and the sleeves. So now let us deal with the front part first. So I have the front side of the fabric, that is the good side, as I always say. So we are going to fold it. Don't forget, in our calculation I said we are going to fold the front part of the shirt um 16 inches. Good. 16 inches. So now let's mark our 16 inches. Please watch carefully. It's so simple. If you get the understanding clear, you can work out your own stuff. So I have my 16 inches right here. So I'll just pressing or ironing of your fabric plays much role in the work that you do. So please make sure you take your time and then you iron them. It's so simple, as I said. I promise I'm going to give you a full video on how to cut and also how to sew it. But it's going to be in two parts. So after this, we will move on to how to sew. So now I have my 16 inches. And the length that we are working with is 33 inches. So with the fabric that I'm working with, I'm going to add 2 inches to it to get it 5 inches. Or let me make it 1.5. So I'm going to get 34 inches. Yeah, I'm going to get 34 and a half inch. So I rule my line here to get my straight line. Good. So I'm going to cut up to this part. So now I have my 30 uh, 4.5 for my length. So now this is what I'm going to do. This is the next thing that we're going to do. You are going to first fold the placket. That is where you're going to have your button and your button hole. So we are going to fold that portion. So you turn it like this. Then you mark 2 inches. 2 inches as I am doing. The reason why I am marking it like this is I want to get a straight line when I am folding it. So after marking it out, I just fold and iron just as I am doing it. So I make sure I fold where I marked the 2 inches. Good. So I'm done with the folding of the plackets. So this is the 48 divided by 2 was 12 inches. So I also have my 12 inches mark here. I have my 12 inches mark here. I want 12 inches mark here. So now the next thing that we are going to do is I'm going to mark the back measurement, which is 21 divided by 2. The answer was 10.5. Then we added half inch to it. So it's going to give us 11 inches. So I'm going to mark my 11-inch here. So where the 11 inches ended, I'm going to go down by 2.5 inch. The 2.5 inch is only for adults. The 2.5 inch is only for adult. It's being used for adult when you are working on an adult shirt. But for the children, 2.5 inch is too much. So you go now by 2.5 inch. So now let's come to the neck circumference part. When I'm working on a bottom shirt like this, I make sure I mark the neck in such a way that I will not get the actual neck measurement that I'm looking for when I'm cutting it. But after joining the back and the front, then I trim it to the preferred neck size that I want. That is how I go about mine, and it works perfectly and also easy for me. So you can also use that method. So I'll be going down by, let's say, 2.75, and also here 2.5. It's because of the chest size. It's because of the size of the person. That is why I went down by 2.75 and 2.5. At times, I even go by 2 inches, 2 by 2 inches. Good. So after marking, I'm going to join this point to where I had my 2.5 inch mark. So this is how it's going to look like. This is how it's going to look like. So now I'm going to cut it. Not almost done, but partly done with the front size. Let me put it that way. So I have the front size of my shirt. So now we are moving on to the back side. Don't forget I said I'm using is a combination of two fabrics. So this is the fabric that I'll be using for the back. Uh, so this is how I'm going to fold it. Okay. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Yeah, and make sure you share the video or you introduce our page to a colleague or a friend. Good. So now, please watch carefully. It's so simple. So we are going to place the front, our front already cut on it just like this. Good. So we have it here. So this is how it is being placed. So now we are going to mark 4 inches from this part where this line ended. We are going to mark 4 inches for the. Please don't forget, always the back part is always longer than the front side. So 4 inches. Please don't forget 4 inches. So now we are going to fold. We are going to fold the back to touch the edge of the front, just like how I am doing it. Just like how I'm doing it. So this is how it's going to look like. So now we are going to mark our back measurement, which is 11 inches. Please watch how I'm going to place the tape measure. 11 inches. So you mark our 11 inches here. And with the armhole length, this is how I go about it. The back measurement of the person, I divide it by 2 and add half inch to it. That is how I've been doing it, and it works perfectly for me. So the actual back measurement is 21 divided by 2 is going to give me 10.5. Then I add half inch to it to get 11 inches. Or at times you can decide to go by the same measurement, but I add half inch to it. So now I'm going to mark my 11-inch mark here. So this is where my armhole depth is going to be. This is where my armhole depth is going to be. So it is on this line that I will be marking my chest measurement, which is 48 divided by 2. So I'm going to get 12 inches. So we already have our 12-inch mark here. Then we mark the back measurement that we use for here, which is 11 inches also here. Then we connect these two lines. So for the front part of the shirt, we are going to divide into two, and we get it's 9. The measurement is 9 inches, so divided by 2, we're going to get 4.5. So with the 4.5, I will go in by 3/4 inch. So it is at this place that I will draw my curve. Then this part also. So this is how it's going to be. Please, if you have any question, just drop it at the comment section. I'll make sure I deal with them for you. If you want to know how it was being done, please make sure you play back the video and you're going to get the understanding. I said for the front part, you divide it into two. The measurement that we had here was 9 inches. Divided by 2 is going to give us 4.5. So this is where we had our 4.5. Then we came in by 3/4 inch or 0.75. So from this point, we drew our curve to touch the actual shirt measurement, which is this point. And also from this point, we connected it to the shoulder tip that we had the 11-inch mark for this place. So we are done with the construction of our armhole curve. Now let us move on to the neck. The neck, I'll just where this part ended, we are going to cut it just like how I'm doing. You open it. Please don't forget I said I'm going to trim it after joining the back, the front. So this is not the actual shirt collar or the neck measurement that I'm looking for. Good. So now let us move on to how to cut the armhole. So the first thing that you do is you cut like this. When you open it up for the back side, I will go back half an inch is okay. I'll mark it half an inch. Then from this tip where the folded where we folded this tip, I will just make sure I cut it through to the half inch. This tip, the half inch. Then I'll place it back. You can see that there is a space here. So I'm going to trim the front part of the shirt to make it be in line with it, like how I've marked it. So I'm going to trim it. When it is getting to the armhole parts, I will join it to the first one that we had. So you open it up like this. So now we are done with the construction of the armhole and also the neck. So now let us move on to how to fold the placket. That is where we are going to place our um, the button and the buttonhole. Please watch this part carefully. So with this part, I'm going to fold 1/4 inch. That is 0.25. I'm going to fold 1/4 inch. That is 0.25. Make sure you iron or you press it well to get the lines because we'll be using the lines, the folded lines to fold our plackets. Good. So this is how it's going to look like. So when you open it up, you could see these lines. You could see one, two, three on this part. Then this is the middle portion. Then one, two, three on the other side. So first we are going to cut. We are going to divide it into two. This middle portion to have the left and the right side detached. Good. So now let us deal with the left side of the shirt. This is the left side of the shirt. Good. This is the back side. You could see that on the left side we are having three lines. One, two, three. Please watch this carefully. One, two, three. So we are going to fold the tip to touch the last line here. We are going to fold this part to touch this line here. So this is what we are going to get. So after folding it like this, you fold this part again and iron it. So this is the left side. I said this is the left side of our shirt. So if you open it, this is how it is. So when you are sewing it, you are going to sew the 1/4 inch that we folded here. So after that, you open it. It's going to be something like this to get the plackets. Good. So now we are done with the left side. When we are joining them together, you get to understand what I meant. So now with the right side of the fabric, that is where we are going to have our buttons. Yes, this is where we're going to have our button. This also have the three lines, one, two, three. But with this one, we are going to fold this part, one, two, three. So we are going to fold this part, this line. We are going to fold this line this way. So please watch carefully how it is being done. This is where we are going to place our buttons. The way we fold the two sides are not the same. So after folding it, the first one, you fold the second one in as I am doing it. Let us move on to the sleeves. So now in cutting the sleeves, please don't forget the armhole measurement that we used was um 10, sorry, was 10 and a half, 11 inches, 11 inches plus the 2 inches allowance that we added to the fabric, the seam allowance is going to give us 11 plus 2, which is 13. So we are going to fold the fabric to get your 13 inches mark here. So now you fold it or you iron it to get your straight line. You are dealing with the sleeves. So we have it here. And then the length of our sleeves is 10 and half, 10.5 plus half-inch seam allowance, which is going to give us 11. So we have our 11 here. Uh, we have our 11 here, and I'm going to add 3 inches for the folding, which is going to give us 14 inches. It's going to give us 14 inches. Please, the folding, it depends on the size of the fabric that we are using, but make sure you get enough to fold it. That is to prevent you from any difficulties. Good. So I have my 11-inch marked here. So I'm going to fold the 11-inch for the folding inside, just like this. So on this 11-inch mark, I'm going to mark the around arm is 16 inches divided by 2 is 8 inches. So it's going to be here. Then I'm going to add 2 inches allowance to it. 16 divided by 2, that's my around arm plus 2 inches same allowance to it. Good. So now on this place, I'm going to go down by 3 inches. Then where I had my 13 inches, I'll be going in by 4 inches. So I will be when I get to this portion, I'm going to curve it to this part just like this, and also just like this. So I have my sleeves here. Good. So I have my sleeves. But with the sleeves, I'm not done with it. Don't forget when we were cutting the front and the back armhole, the front was shorter than the back. So we are going to trim the sleeves in such a way to fit in. So you open the sleeves, you let the front part of the fabric face each other. Good. So we are going to trim starting from the 2 inches allowance that we ended. We are going to trim it this way. Some part of, but when it's coming up, it's supposed to meet. So you can trim half inch off. Please see how it was being done. So after trimming it off, when you fold it back, you could see that with the sleeves, they are not the same. One part is shorter than the other. So when you are attaching it to the shirt, the shorter part will be at the back and the longer part will be at the front to fit in that space there. Good. So now we are done with the sleeves also. Now let us move on to the back facing. Then we are done with the cutting of our shirt. In our next video, we are going to learn how to cut the neck or the collar and then also join our shirts together. So we are almost done with today's lesson. Don't forget, I said earlier on that these videos are going to be in two sections. Good, because I don't want our videos to be more lengthy, to be in bits for you to enjoy when watching. So what we're working on is the back facing for the back part of our shirt. It's so easy and simple. If you follow the lesson with the maximum attention, you will see that it's so simple. I'm just showing you how to work uh very faster, very hard, but in the smart way. Yes, in the very smart way. So, wonderful people, we are about to draw the curtain down for today's lesson. So we have our facing. So supposing this is how our shirt is going to look like. It's going to be very, very nice. I want to place them on for you to see how our final work is going to look like something like this. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also share our videos for others to watch. Mhm. So this is how our final work is going to look like. It's going to be so beautiful. Yes. So this is how it's going to look like. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also our next video is going to be how we are going to join them together. God bless you for being with us. Bye bye.